Yeah, today I am with Sriram Raghavendranji, and we are seeing the field trials here, and you could see how the amaranthus uh, plants have come up. Please show, sir, how are they? So these two are the 4 kg biochar compost applied plants. Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, they look very tall. And yeah, what was the yield in the 4 kg applied plot, sir?
So we harvested 2 beds here,
Hmm.
and we found that in the 4 kg it was about 2 kilos of
Okay.
amaranthus, and this
Okay.
was on day 30 of the after planting, after sowing.
Okay, then about 2 kg.
And then so we did zero, which is the regular
Control.
soil compost control. Then we did 1 kg, 2 kg, and 4 kg per meter square. So in the control plot, we got about 900 grams. Okay,
Okay, very
in two
less.
of these beds, and we got 1,400 grams of harvest in the 1 kg per meter square. We got about 1,600 grams in the 2 beds of 2 kg per meter square, and we got 2,000 grams in the 4 kg per meter square. Effectively, I think we are talking about a 2.2x increase. Okay, in the yield of
Means double.
amaranthus. Double, yeah, a little more than double.
Yeah, more than double.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, the plants were healthy, the leaves and everything.
Yes, I think the plants look very healthy.
Yeah, these are only samples left now, I
Right.
think.
I mean, this is a particular sample, right? We only harvested 2 beds here,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
And the 3rd bed we did not harvest. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was told that we need to harvest before these flowers come up.
Yeah.
But we left it like that just to see, like, how it grows and how tall it grows. And this is, if you look at it, these are plucked from the control plot,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And these two. And these two are plucked from the 4 kg per meter square plot. Okay. And,
Yeah, we can see the root hairs, I think, very
Yeah.
clearly. Yeah. High density of root hairs are there. Yeah, I think this thing we are not able to find in there. Yeah, here I think the root hairs are few actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very few. Yeah. So here I think even while plucking these things, it is very, very hard actually. What I was trying to see is, see, this is the control plot, and when I am trying to pluck it, it's very hard. And because the soil structure, see, it's broken almost all. Let me try another plant. So yeah, but the root, overall the root size is small. Yeah, very small, and the plant is also very small. This is about 1 feet plus something around the height, total height. I think the soil the structure or the texture, everything improved in this process. Yeah, what do you say, sir?
Yes, I think it's been a very good exercise.
Hmm.
Because no practices have changed. Okay,
Yeah.
all the practices, whatever we've done for every plot,
Yeah.
the practices have remained the same, right? The only difference is the combination of biochar and compost that we put to the soil at the time before the time of sowing.
Yeah, let us see this plant. See, it's very easy to pluck actually in the soil.
Yeah.
And we are able to see nice root. The root hair tells everything. So the more the root hair, the more access to nutrients, and I think that is one of the reasons for the rich growth. Yeah, good, very nice observations here. Let us see the tomato plant, sir. So these are the tomato field trials. 4 kg applied biochar compost per square meter, and 2 kg, 1 kg, and control. So can you tell me when actually it started fruiting here, and what was the peak when it reached?
Yeah. So first, let's talk about the flower count, right?
Yeah.
So I believe that this started almost about 10 to 12 days. Okay, the 4 kg per meter square, the flowering started about 10 to 12 days prior to the control plot. Okay, but what we find here, okay, is 1 second. You look at the flower count. Initially, we did a height measurement, right? And we found that the height measurement, the height of the tomato plant in the 4 kg per meter square, it started growing much faster. Okay, as against the control, which is like a slow growth, right? But I think now there is some difference, but it's not so significant. But then after 30 days, we stopped the height count. It was becoming very difficult. Then we went to flower count. And here you see that 30 days, 40 days, 45 days, right? You see that the peak of the 4 kg per meter square, okay, the peak has reached, it's about 400 flowers. That's been reached on day 45. And then it actually starts to go down. Whereas if you look at the flower count, the peak, we don't know if it still hit its peak, and it's already 55 days because the tapering has not started, right? So the first was the height of the plant, first 30 days. Second is starting from maybe about 20-25 days, we started measuring the flower count. The next thing that we are measuring is basically the fruit count. We've not done a harvest yet, right? And you can see that pretty much on day 43 is when, in all the plants, all the plots, okay, the count started going up. But today, it's interesting that the biochar plot, which is 2 kg per meter square and 4 kg per meter square, the count is probably close to 500. Right, whereas
this only count not by weight.
Not by weight yet. Okay,
It
some are
means,
big, some are small. Whereas here, in the control plot, it's probably around 230 or 40 or whatever, right? So it's almost a 2x in terms of number of fruits, right? And since it's my understanding that since the flowers also started coming earlier here, that the size of the fruits also in the 4 kg per meter square is relatively larger. Okay, the fourth plot which we will do, okay, like amaranthus, as we start picking the tomatoes, we'll also start measuring the yield and identifying the differences between the control plot, the 1 kg per meter square, 2 kg per meter square and 4 kg per meter square. So that will be the ultimate litmus test in terms of what is the effect that biochar has had on the growth of tomatoes.
Yeah, ultimately I think as of now at least 10 days time period we have saved, I think, in this process. So it means for the same seed, having early flowering, early fruiting, and increase in yield, I think definitely it matters to the farmers, because with these climate change conditions, as we cannot spend much time in the field, so I think this kind of reducing the time period of harvesting, I think will definitely help the farmers to protect their crops also. Yeah, this control plot, I think the plants are visible, but ultimately the thinning is there, and yeah, they are short in size.
I also find that they are uneven. Some plants are much smaller,
Yeah,
other plants are much larger.
Yeah, that could be variation in the soil, original soil also. Because sometimes when we apply soil externally in this particular plot, earlier we don't know who has applied, so that could also bring some variation. But this is an average condition of the soil existing here.
Right.
So we have selected randomly. Right. Yeah, I think this is a great learning, sir, for us. Yeah, we should continue such field trials everywhere. I think when we started this course about more than nearly 2 months before. Right. So after that, I think having this field trial, and I think all our partners also had the participants also had some field trials in their respective areas, geographies. So it is helping them actually to learn. So between theory and practice, I think this is one of the best things. So now we can go for soil testing. I always insist that you need not do soil testing without finding the results. When results are coming, then you test why the results are coming. That's another way of proving that we are right. Sometimes when we apply, we don't know which composition will lead to what. So end result also speaks a lot. That is the ultimate result. So I think that way we can help many farmers. Yeah, I think this would scale up in other regions also in
That's
India.
the plan. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the key is again to encourage farmers to do the trials for themselves.
Yeah.
Because frankly, 2 months back, we kind of had a theoretical understanding. But once we did the trials, that's what gave us enormous confidence, and not just for us, but anybody who came and they have seen this plot. I think their appreciation of what we're trying to do and what the effect of biochar, right? I mean, their own understanding and appreciation immediately increases. So I think the best way forward is like, for initial field trials, okay, perhaps we give the biochar and compost to the combination, right? I mean, free to the farmers so that they can try in one corner of their plot. Okay, and if they get results, perhaps showcase it to other farmers and see in terms of how to scale this up, right, into production, right? So yeah, we're hoping to take this to more and more farmers.
I think within parts of India during our training also from at least a few states, like about 10 states they represented. I think that way geographically the outreach is also important.
Yeah.
I think farmer field trials, I think that will be more meaningful on this whole biochar revolution, I think.
Yes.
So let us do it, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.